What is the best time to train? Is it in the morning, in the midday, in the evening, or maybe even at night? When we work out, we always want, first of all, a great performance and secondly, maximum gains. But is there even something like an ideal workout time? A quick spoiler, yes there is. But there is a but. And before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already. First of all, I want you to have a look on this graph. It basically demonstrates the change of our body temperature during the day. And yes, we do not have the same body temperature each minute of the day. As you can see, at around 5 AM, your body temperature reaches its minimum, while it has its maximum at around 6 to 7 PM. An even slight increase of the body temperature results in a better blood circulation and therefore in a better supply of oxygen and nutrients. That's all because of the changes of the body's needs during day and night. With that being said, a higher body temperature is associated with a better physical performance between 4 and 7 PM. On the other hand, the sex hormone testosterone is secreted in greater amounts in the morning, declining during the day. High testosterone levels are of course associated with typical male sex characteristics and also with higher muscle growth. Similarly, the stress hormone cortisol is secreted mainly in the morning, while its secretion reduces during the day. But in contrast to testosterone, cortisol has a negative impact on our workouts. It diminishes protein synthesis and therefore muscle growth and works against testosterone and hinders its secretion. So while high testosterone levels in the morning favor morning workouts, high cortisol level basically neutralize the positive effect. Long-term studies in athletes suggest the following. Muscle growth was significantly higher when the workout was in the evening, and not only muscle growth but also fat loss was higher in the group training in the evening. And not only one study suggested that, which might have been of course pure luck, but several ones, clearly indicating that workouts in the evening are more effective. Why is this the case? In the evening, our glycogen stores are completely filled, allowing a better productivity and effectivity of the muscle fibers and therefore a better performance of the muscle itself as more energy is available. Additionally, more glucose circulates through the blood, important for a quick energy supply when we work out. Also, we are more hydrated than in the morning because during the night we lose a lot of water through sweating, digestion, metabolism, etc., bringing us in a dehydrated state after we wake up. And we definitely need water for a proper function of the motor neural system. And as I already said, our body temperature is the highest in the evening. But what if your schedule just doesn't allow a workout in the evening, or you simply just enjoy workouts in the morning more? The answer is adaptation. A great thing about being human is that we can adapt to almost every situation and any circumstances. So if you make it a habit to start working out at 5 AM, your body will respond. For example, your body temperature will, on a long term of course, change and increase during the mornings while it will decrease during the evenings. If you're the type of person who likes to work out in the morning more than in the evening, don't worry about it. Training in the morning of course also has its benefits, as it will save you from, for example, overcrowded gyms or calisthenic parks and makes you awake and more energetic faster than others. And if you would like to switch from evening to morning workout, then I would advise you to drink a coffee before you start with the workout to increase your performance. And even studies showed that with the coffee you make more gains and the training is more efficient. Problematic with the morning workouts is that you usually need longer warm-ups to get your body temperature and also muscle temperature ready for action. Another important point is consistency and that you have more or less the same workout time in your schedule. That's actually also what high-performance athletes do. When they know they will run, for example, a marathon in 3 months at around 2 p.m., then they always train at around that time for 3 months straight. And that's where they use our ability to adapt as well. I personally had times where I trained in the mornings as well as in the evenings, of course, but regarding the performance, I would say that I reach my peak between 5 and 9 p.m. I use my mornings usually to do some brain work or some minor physical activities like, for example, stretching or handstand push-ups. But to be honest, I do not really find the energy in the mornings to give my best. The most important thing is that you find a time where you enjoy training the most. No matter if morning, evening or night, consistency is the key, and it's important that you motivate yourself enough to stick to your workout plan to reach your individual goals. Stay motivated, take care, and see you next time.